Welcome into the Paul Farrington Show. Jack and Ziggy will be with me in a second here. You know, guys, I always knew I wanted to work in sports, and clearly I wasn't going to be an athlete. Knew that from a young age. Most people knew that from a young age, although maybe I'm not giving myself enough credit here. A lot of friends want to work in sports. People who listen to the show, they text us all the time. They want to know how to get involved. And maybe it's an administrative role. They just don't know what to do next. Well, guys, that process can start with today's sponsor, Southern New Hampshire University, and the education and connections you can get in SNHU's sports management program. You'll learn about the business and economics of sports, sports management principles, and how to gather and analyze data. This degree can help prepare you for a career as an athletic director, a sports information director, a marketing manager, and many other exciting roles in the sports industry. You'll be able to tap into SNHU's network of graduates working in sports-related organizations, the opportunity to take advantage of what I think is really cool, an internship or experiential learning course within the field. And trust me, networking is super important in this industry. It's the most important thing. At SNHU, your courses are taught by faculty with real-world experience, so you'll have the opportunity to connect with people in the industry. When you graduate, it doesn't stop there. SNHU will still be there for you as you begin your job hunt. SNHU is accredited, nonprofit, and has radically affordable tuition. It was also voted one of the country's most innovative universities by U.S. News and World Report. Go to snhu.edu/Paul Farrington. That's snhu.edu/PaulFarrington. Also linked in the description of this video to see if you qualify for SNHU's sports management program. You might be eligible for financial aid or have previous college credits that could fast track your degree at SNHU. Click the link to get started. Again, guys, if you're interested in getting into the sports industry, click on the link to request free information about the program. When you request information, a real person will hop on a call and discuss how the program can benefit you personally. It only takes one click to find your calling. So speaking about careers, guys, we are thinking there's a lot of guys in the NFC North right now who are having career years. And we're going to break down the top 5 right now that we're watching. I mean, a lot of guys are doing this, but who's the 5 that have really caught our attention? And I want to start off, of course, the Minnesota Vikings, our Minnesota Vikings, and Sam Darnold. I mean, if there's a poster boy right now for who's having a career year, comeback player of the year potentially too, Sam Darnold has just been awesome, getting us out to this undefeated start. I mean, he's been everything. With losing Kirk Cousins, we knew that the defense was a little bit shaky, which they've actually been awesome. But we knew that this offense was going to need a quarterback to step up and be somewhat serviceable with all the weapons we had. If Sam Darnold's not on this team is not where they are right now. That's easy to say. He's an MVP candidate at the moment. This is the best Sam Darnold has ever looked. He's been everything and more to the Vikings. Would you guys agree with that?
Oh, yeah, I mean, I've got my USC hat on for him today, showing him some love. 5-0, and this is the first time that I have been sold on Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been a Jet clunker. He's been a Panther clunker. Now a totally new situation, decent team, and he looks like a different person these last 5 weeks.
We've always said he can spin it. Just got to give him the opportunity.
Yeah, well, it just tells you how much the environment you're in can affect you, right? Like it's very easy to struggle if you're not on a team that supports you, if you're in a situation where there's not a lot of good guys around you. But he took a big risk, right? He went to San Francisco, right? He didn't take a start. He could have maybe gotten a starting job. He said, I'm just going to sit for a year and work on myself. Goes to Minnesota, gets his opportunity and lights it up. And Sam Darnold, actually his high school, San Clemente, California, right where my parents live. And I've done shows from San Clemente before. So clearly leaving the sunny, shiny state of California and going to cold, miserable Minnesota was exactly what he needed. And while, it's always in the back of my mind that he might fall off, it's hard not to look at how he started this season and think he's the number one reason for the Vikings' success.
How about you, Jack? Give us someone in the NFC North breaking out that's caught your attention.
So I'm going over to my boy, Jayden Reed in Green Bay, second-year guy. And we've been wondering, Packers got a lot of receivers. There's Wicks, Christian Watson, Jayden Reed.
Romeo Doubs.
Yeah. Like, which one of these young receivers was going to be the one to take a step and break out? And so far, Jayden Reed's been the one to step up. He's looked awesome. 2 games over 130 yards, and no signs to believe he's slowing down. I got Jayden Reed.
He's clearly become the alpha of that room, and actually to the point where Romeo Doubs is holding out of practices. I mean, he's been unbelievable. Kind of emerging. I don't think I'm ready to call Jayden Reed a top 10 receiver in the league or anything, but by the end of the year, would anyone be surprised if he cracked into the bottom half of the top 10 receivers? Like, there's a world where that happens. And that's Ziggy smirking. He's laughing here. But there's a world where that happens, no?
No, I totally see it. And the thing about it is Jayden Reed in particular, the Packers are just looking for opportunities to get him the ball, right? Whether it's reverses or whatever, he's the guy in the offense they want to be the focus. Funny enough, Jayden Reed went to high school in Naperville, Illinois. I used to go to school in Naperville, Illinois. So
all right, what is
I think the lesson here is if you want to be a star player in the NFL, go to high school where Ziggy does.
Two more here. And I hate to go here because I kind of want to go Van Ginkel. I mean, our boy, you could easily put Andrew Van Ginkel here. He's been unbelievable for Minnesota. 2 defensive touchdowns. Like, I can't say enough good things about Andrew Van Ginkel. But Xavier McKinney, he is one of the best in the league when he came over to the Packers. 5 interceptions in 5 games to start his time with Green Bay. Like, it really can't get much better. If you're a Packer fan, you couldn't have asked for more from Xavier McKinney. He was supposed to be the guy to help fix that secondary. They still have some injuries to overcome, but I mean, they've been looking for help at that position for so long, and you can't help but feel that has been fulfilled to the nth degree by Xavier McKinney.
And look at last season, their glowing weakness late in the season was all year, and especially late too was that secondary. And Packers fans, for good reason, were excited this year with
safety too.
Yeah, right. Safety specifically. And Packers fans were excited. They were juiced up about McKinney coming in for good reason. And right now he's, I think, overperforming and better than what we thought he'd be.
You always want guys that can generate big plays for you. And Xavier McKinney at this point, very few players in the NFL are generating big plays at the level he is.
Yep. He's been awesome. We had a big video just come out on Xavier McKinney. All right, one more. And normally here, we're rotating it. Paul, Jack, Ziggy, Paul. Jack would be next. But in getting
Jack
ready for
can't
this,
say anything good about the Bears.
In getting ready for this, we wanted one more. We wanted a Bears player. And we said, Ziggy, you know what? Take the Bears. And Jack won't think about them. I got my guys. You said you had someone that most people probably don't even know plays in the NFL.
Yeah. This is a player I think who's not getting a lot of attention outside of Chicago, and I don't really know why. Gervon Dexter, currently the Bears sack leader. He had a rough rookie season. He was a 2-gap in Florida. Now he's moving to 1-gap. He wasn't big enough. He wasn't fast enough. He wasn't strong enough. And he was telling everyone this offseason that this year was going to be different and that he would be a key component for the Bears defense. Now, you can say whatever you want in the offseason, but he has absolutely stepped up in a big way. He had 2.5 sacks his rookie season. He has a whole lot more than that now. He's been really effective for them in some big spots, right? He was effective against the Rams. He was effective against the Panthers. 2 big wins. I don't think he's getting nearly as much attention as he deserves because he's a big guy on the interior line in Chicago, and everyone's focusing on Caleb Williams and the flashy offense. You need dogs in the trenches to get it done.
Yes, sir.
And importantly, if you want guys like Montez Sweat to get things done, if you want them to be able to make the big plays off the edge, you need someone effective on the inside. Gervon Dexter has been that player for the Bears.
I like you giving a shout out to Gervon Dexter because that defensive line spot as well was something that everyone circled and said that's a weakness of Chicago right now. And someone needed to step up. Montez Sweat was there, but other than that, most people can't name anyone else on the Bears defensive line. So to have someone step up, leading the team in sacks right now, he is having a career year.
Fun fact, Ziggy went to elementary school with Gervon Dexter.
Yeah. Ziggy actually is good friends with Gervon Dexter.
Ziggy's known him for a long time.
That is, to my knowledge, not true, but very, very, very well could be with how this episode is going.
Not true.
All right, there you have it. Gervon Dexter, Sam Darnold, Jayden Reed, Aidan Hutchinson, and Xavier McKinney. They are all having career years right now in the NFC North. And look, there's a reason this division, every team above 500, the best division in football right now. A lot of guys are stepping up, some in situations where we really didn't expect them to. So congrats to all those dudes. There's a lot more playing well in the NFC North. And we'll see you next time on the Paul Farrington Show.